Hello, and welcome to another episode of EasyHealthyBread.com. I'm Heather, your host. In this week's video, I am going to make a protein-packed breakfast muffin. We're using our ingredient this week that I've talked about earlier, quinoa, super healthy, whole grain, and we're going to use that as a main ingredient in these protein muffins that I've come up with. They are like a lemon poppy seed muffin, but they're made with whole grains, and they're going to be super healthy, great to get you going in the morning. So to get started, I'm going to grab my mixing bowl. I just have mine with my wire whisks, so you can just use any bowl and like your hand mixer if you have a hand mixer. It's going to work fine. So I have about 2 cups of cooked quinoa here. It is about half a cup before you cook it. And so I just cooked it and let it cool a little bit, and I'm just going to put it right in. Already measured out. Then I have 2 cups of whole wheat flour. Right in. And then I have a 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar and a 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt. I'm just going to pop that in. Just going to like that. Make sure you get it all. Bingo. And then I have a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon and a half of baking powder already measured out. That's what's going to make them rise. So put that in. Then I have 1 egg. In it goes. And what I like about using a stand mixer like this is you can just throw everything in and mix it together. Then we have 3/4 cup of any type of dairy. I happen to have half and half on hand, so that's what I'm going to use, but you could use milk, skim milk, whatever you want there. So 3/4 cup. In it goes. And then finally, what makes it a lemon poppy seed muffin. So I took a lemon from the store and juiced a little bit out. So this is 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. In it goes. And then I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of poppy seeds. So little tip on the poppy seeds, if you get them like in the little shaker containers like with the spices at the grocery store, they are super expensive. But if your grocery store is lucky enough to sell stuff in the bulk bins, way cheaper. I got all of this, I bought this today, it was 88 cents. One of those shakers is usually between $5 and $7 depending on the brand. So if you have the possibility of doing that, definitely do that, especially if you use a lot like I do, because I put mine in bagels and stuff like that as well that I make. So just a little bit more. It's kind of sticking to my cup a little bit. So that's all the ingredients. I am just going to whip this up, and I'll be back as we pour it into the muffin tin and pop it in the oven. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. I have mixed together my muffin mix, and we're just going to put it into the muffin tins. I don't really like to use paper muffin tins just because it's kind of a hassle to remember to have them on hand. So I use cooking spray, and what I do is I hold my pan up, and you really got to get each one. So just go through like that. Should be good. Just make sure you're liberal. You do not want them to stick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my beaters out of my bowl. Just kind of tap out that extra batter there. And you can kind of see the consistency. And finishes dripping, I'm going to set these over here, and then kind of what my method is I kind of scrape all the batter to one spot in my mixer. My bowl's really big, so it kind of makes it a little easier. And then what I do is I just leave it on its side. You kind of have to watch it, but I just leave it on its side and spoon it in. So this makes about a dozen muffins, depending on how big you want them to be. So I just kind of go through and make sure that they are all equal in size. So I start with maybe 2 scoops each, and then just fill them up. So I'm going to finish filling up these muffins, and I'll show you what they look like before we put them in, and then we'll pop them in the oven 350 degrees until a toothpick inserted in the middle comes out clean. Thanks! Okay, so I've filled my muffin tin. You can see I just filled them all evenly. This recipe makes a dozen muffins, but feel free to double or triple if you really like them and want to make more. It's pretty simple. And I'm just going to pop these into my preheated 350-degree oven, and we'll be back when they're all cooked and done. Hi, we're back from baking these muffins. So I just took mine out of the oven. Mine took about 25 minutes. I just put in a toothpick to check they were done. Came out clean. They smell delicious, very nutty type of smell and nutty type of taste. You can see we've got the poppy seeds in there, and with that lemon extract they're just a delicious lemon poppy seed protein-packed breakfast muffin. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it for you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have more quinoa recipes on their way and more healthy bread recipes, of course. I release a new video every week, so make sure you subscribe so you never miss one. Thanks!